Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we got the pendant that we needed to change Harrison back to normal, and though he was briefly changed into a cat, he is indeed back to normal. Pretty sure that is him over there on the right with his back turned towards us. Sigh. So, your mother has finally gone home at long last. That poor soul is out of pain now. We will miss the dear woman, but at least with the outcome of your battle with her, the day when we can go to her and be a family again is no longer just a naive dream of ours. Yes, also, we just defeated Sarah's mom, who had been turned evil after dying. That was kind of unfortunate, but now she is no longer evil. Mistakes of the past, though. They were talking about mistakes of the past. I'm curious what mistakes those are. I said before I played this game up to a point, I don't remember if I was ever told about that. Emily, my sweet wife, I should have more faith in you, or should have had more faith in you. You've just shown all of Elvania that no one is ever wholly irredeemable from the ways of our darkness, and that just may be our saving grace when we at last confront the Lord of Darkness. Bless you for this gift you have left behind, and by that I refer not to your pendant, but more to this wonderful legacy standing here next to me, who is your very reflection, and serves as the joyous reminder of the love you and I shared in this life. Yeah, by the way, Emily? I thought her name was Lily. Is Lily a nickname? Or was there a name change going on during development, and that was a missed name change right there? Yes, Father. The darkness will never be able to hurt her again. Thankfully, more than one awful curse has been broken on this day. This family really does seem to believe wholeheartedly in this goddess of fate and all of her ways. With such resolve on the part of you two, as I've seen on this day, I think I am beginning to see all of the Elvenians and their beliefs in a new light. I'm actually feeling the same way. Me too. And I was not even here from the very beginning. And you, child? You always seem to be the most willing to believe in us. But does the last barrier to establishing an unwavering heart still stand? I guess I always knew, really. Serena would come to me in my dreams often, before the day we even came to Earth's sister world. And I surely wasn't allowing my doubts or loneliness to conjure up the face of a non-existent angel in my imagination. If I hadn't already done so, I now claim myself as her child in complete faith. It seems like you all are growing in the same ways that Sarah has done, but with your being from a world that hasn't even yet opened its eyes to see if a heaven or a deity exists, I am sure there's probably a lot that you four still do not quite understand. You must search for and come to acknowledge the truth with your own hearts, and so must the rest of the world call the earth that has forgotten Serena. Also, my mistake. It wasn't Lily Winters, it was Lisa Winters. Name changes are confusing. And also, I am terrible at remembering names. Thank you all, my friends, for having stood by me throughout this entire trial. If it was not for the kindness and valiance I have witnessed in all of you, I might never have found the courage to bring Mother back all on my own, nor could Sir Harrison have been saved. And I also cheered to see your noble hearts made all that much kinder by the words each of you spoke just now. Sigh. What terrible battles all of us had to fight today. Yet... And here Sarah tries to smile as brightly as she knows how. In the end, it is the side of the light that has triumphed. It was all worth it to end this nightmarish day so happily ever after. Yes, my daughter and I are eternally in your debt. And we aren't the only ones who feel that way. Oh, right, I understand. Everyone else in Elvenia loved Lisa very much as well. And here I was about to tell you how sorry I am that you had to go through such an experience, daughter, but it seems as though my sympathies aren't necessary. Emily was right to say that you have truly become as strong and mature a young woman as anyone could be. You are blessed with a very brave heart. Yeah, by the way, when can we save? It just occurred to me we went through that long fight, which had a long cutscene in it, and we're in this long cutscene here, and we have not had a chance to save this entire time. Thank you, Father. Yet I must say that any bravery on my part was only made possible by all of them. The bravery of our 4 selfless friends from the other world is much greater. It is they who are the true heroes of this day. Come on, you two have already given us praise enough for one day. Really, we only did what anyone else would have done to help you. Sure. Anybody else? Well, it looks like our side has won against the Dark Lord for today. So, before we head back to Sibylline Reef to finish this guy off personally, what do you all say we take some time to relax and make the most of our trip to Kalinka? Drinks at the Belching Penguin are on me, guys. I'm there, dude. I'd be more than happy to knock a few back and watch girls in bunny outfits dance seductively for my personal amusement after all we've been through this morning. Uri, why must you insist on finding new ways to disturb my sensibilities every time I look at you? Uri, ignoring Priyan as always, says, would you care to get better acquainted over a few rounds, Lyle? My, you all are a rather lively bunch, aren't you? Sure, I guess. Why not? Sarah has a teardrop. Oh, how embarrassing! My own father, ogling women in truly immodest states of attire. Please do not hold it against Master Lyle, Miss Sarah. Ari always did have a perverse talent for corrupting those unfortunate enough to cross his path. Oh, thank goodness, this is a save point. Saving. Going from 42 minutes to an hour and 41 minutes, so it's been an hour. Granted, there was actually a couple episode breaks during that time. Or was there one? Nope, there were definitely 2 episode breaks. Aha! It is time for the next memory card. Okay, I will go ahead and pull out this memory card and put in this next one, which I have already prepared through the help of TV magic. Man, can you imagine if you actually had to have all of these memory cards on hand at the same time? Actually, I'll be honest, I actually do have all these memory cards available at the same time. When I was working on my game, I was expecting it to be a pretty long game, and I wanted to make sure I had a copy physically on hand at all times. So I actually bought a box of 10 memory cards. Unfortunately, I never got far enough into my game to use them, so most of them have remained unused up to this point. Kind of a shame there. Now then. Ah, well, I suppose I'll be going now. There's much we have to tell our other friends who live in this village about, Father. After all, they'll probably be concerned to hear how our little journey this morning turned out. Ahem. You gentlemen all go celebrate at the bar in whatever manner you see fit now. Too bad. Perhaps the other bunny girls would have been glad to see you dancing alongside them. Dusk has angry fumes appearing above his head. It's too bad these animations couldn't actually be applied in this game. I believe this game was in development before RPG Maker XP released, and RPG Maker XP was the first PC RPG Maker that we got outside of Japan. So, by the time they got that came out, this game was, I'm not sure how far in development, but it was probably far enough that it decided not to switch to RPG Maker XP. Although, it probably would not have been a bad idea to move this over to RPG Maker XP, considering it's better than RPG Maker in many ways. This RPG Maker in many ways. Sarah has a teardrop. If I may excuse myself from all of you. Careful, son. That is still my little daughter you were making sport of so carelessly just now. Loud and clear, old man. A tinkering sort of sound, like that of small bells about a woman's neck as she walks, how very specific, stops all commotion inside the room. Everyone goes silent, listening for the strange sound to occur again. So, this is where you have been all this time, my dear sisters, and the poor human children from the earth. I thought I could hear your voices from inside this cozy little house as I was trying to find my way through the snowfield. Those are good ears. Michiru? Ah, so this is the Michiru we've been hearing about from time to time. As I kind of adjust myself in my seat here. A woman named Michiru. 'Twould appear that I have made my stage entrance into the story at just the right time. From what I just now heard, I believe that the child I intend to place under my wing could use a bit of discipline by my hand. It is you, Sister Michiru. I would recognize that coolly stoic voice from anywhere. We're so glad to see that you are still alive after all. Yes, forgive me for making you all worry so much for me. Come, sisters! Let me embrace you again in my joy that the day of our reunion has at last arrived, since I can no longer see your smiling faces with my eyes. As the others still glance about the room at each other in confusion, the four goddesses in secret come together to embrace just above their heads. Ares wipes away a tear. Oh, Michiru, I cannot begin to express my joy that the darkness has failed to keep you away from us for good. I had honestly feared you would never find a way back to Elvania or the blissful heavens. Sob, I missed you so much, sweet sister of mine. My dear Ares, you have not changed at all these past few years. You are still as soft-hearted and shy with everything but your emotions as always. Okay, would any of you care to help the rest of us in this room who are not immortal understand what's going on here? We're kind of just being forgotten about and left in the dark, if you hadn't noticed. My apologies, human lad. I am Michiru, one of whom you and your friends have come to call your guardian angels, and I am here at long last to fulfill those very duties that I, as a guardian angel, am indebted to fulfill to both my chosen servant and to all who are a part of Serena's precious creation. Oh. Okay. Man, she's got one heck of a way to make introductions. I am sure that we now have quite a lot to talk about, with all that you 7 crazy kids must have gone through in my own personal journeys I've undertaken in the last few weeks. But if Master Lyle would first please pardon my unannounced intrusion into his home, I must speak to a particular individual among us for the moment. Was she referring to us 3 also when she spoke of 7 crazy kids? Harrison says with a start, It's you! You were the woman who was calling for me back in the Lamoon tundras! So I wasn't just imagining your voice. Oh, okay, I thought somebody was calling you to fool you into coming into your doom. Kind of like what happened to, was it Dusk? No, it was Lynn. It was Lynn that happened to. Ares is whispering, Priyan, Chermies, has our sister gone blind? The light in her eyes, it appears to have faded. Well, I mean, she did mention that she can't see you. Although you never know, that could have meant that you guys are able to be invisible to each other. That's kind of annoying. Harrison nervously says, What do you want from me? I do not understand. Oh, we got one of these. Oh boy, here we go. Only to do what I wish I had had the courage and opportunity to do long ago when I first came to sense that darkness had begun its slow creep toward Elvenia from the other side of the universe, and that is to find and give help to someone who cared enough about this world to stand up for it, and so forth stand faithfully beside him as he fights to protect us. The same promise Ares had wished to bond herself to me under. Michiru now takes that last step of faith to do the same, when she must be shaking madly on the inside with uncertainty. Yet, how sweet those words were to hear from the angel of nobility when she had come to speak them. Don't be afraid to befriend a mortal soul, Michiru. I want so very much to help you, child, and my wish to save both of Serena's worlds will remain adamant. Of immortal caliber may my wings have been fashioned, yet I confess that I can no longer go on by myself, any more than one bound to fragile chains of mortality is able to. I wish not for anything from you, friend, but only have love and devotion to give, to strengthen you when you may be at a loss. I am in desperation, for I can find no one else with a heart fully willing to receive me. Michiru, why then did you sound so calm with the resolution which you appear to have come to Kalinka possessed by? Perhaps she is not in so much turmoil, but rather only sounds that way to us when she recites such an important oath to him in the only manner she sees as proper. I don't know what to think in regard to all of this. What should I say, in reply to a promise of devotion from an immortal being. I feel as though this is even bigger than a marriage vow somehow. Harrison, you can trust that everything will be for the better if you say yes to her, and please believe me when I say that you are feeling to no more confusion or shock than Michiru is in this. Harrison takes a deep breath. Then, alright, I accept. Harrison releases the breath. So, fly forth to me, Michiru. So I shall, and I, sir, am both honored and humbled to join with you and my sisters to go valiantly forth into peril to save Serena's creation. For I am Michiru Vashtar, and I will write that down. Michiru Vashtar, protector of Elvenia's innocence, as I fly down from the above heavens to defend her with my own hands, and the emerald Solus Emzu, goddess of perseverance. When the murderous enemies of this beautiful, peaceful world rise up to overthrow its loving mother, I will grant thee the ability to banish all evil with the power of Terra. Oh, he's the non-elemental character on our team. That is good, we need one of those. Harrison learns Shadow Veil and Black Fang. Well, I must say that this day, however frightening and tragic it may have seemed doomed to become at first, has turned out to be quite a joyous blessing for all of us here. To think, all four of Serena's celestial daughters have found each other again and reunite to give Elvenia's lesser creatures renewed strength to stand against the coming darkness. And it has all begun right here. Imagine 4 beautiful women from the heavens visiting my humble dwelling all in the same day. Everyone in the room laughs, even the angels, at Lyle's casual compliment. Our side has only grown ever stronger after everything that evil has tried to throw at us today. The Dark Lord must be getting a little nervous by now. Perhaps he may even be shaking in his boots. After all, he couldn't have considered for even 1 second the possibility that we'd still be alive after all this time. It would be quite fascinating to hear of your own story, Lady Michiru. All of what you've endured, as you have apparently been on your own these past years, especially when so many in Elvenia had plainly felt the absence of your spirit and your sisters thought you were lost or gone. You yourself must have gone on a journey of some sort, as have these earthlings. I'm sure that my daughter would be very pleased to meet you personally as well. It is a shame she had just missed you as you were approaching our home. It would be my pleasure as well, Master Lyle, and I do look forward to meeting this child you speak of myself. It must have been her whom I had sensed walking by me just before I found you all, and it was so strange. I could swear I felt the light brush of wings of a far purer white than those you claim to see at the backs of us angels. And she was a human girl, no? Eri snorts. Yes, and no human girl, I think, is capable of possessing an angel's wings. Not even Dusk Little Angel he's so fond of, I'm afraid. Well, someone hasn't been paying attention. Anyway, no disrespect, Michiru, but I can't say I am able to stay for the little puppet show you're about to be putting on for everyone, for I still have a previous engagement with a frosty mug of Kalinkan ale, and she's been waiting on me long enough already. I need to get out for a while too. This should really be just between you and goddesses anyway. Forgive me, Miss Michiru, everyone, but I will take my leave of you as also. There's a lot that yet remains ahead of us on this journey, and so I wish to prepare as best as I can for us to face those coming trials. Dusk says more quietly, "Good day." And then it says, oh, that was Dusk. I figured that was Lyle up top and Dusk on the right. Whoops. Please go with him, Ares. I fear leaving that child to himself the most out of any of those 4 servants of ours. He just doesn't seem like the type who can do as well by himself as the other 3 can. I don't know, he's managed up to this point. Yes, I will go and make certain he is well. Forgive me for not staying longer, sister, but please don't misunderstand. My heart is greatly overjoyed to see you again. Think nothing of it, Ares. The child should be more important for you to look after at the moment. You are his guardian angel, after all. Well, I guess that Lyle and Harrison are the only remaining members of your audience, Michiru. Perhaps the Earthling children need not concern themselves so much with the story. It is probably not only going to raise many questions for them anyway. Or something like that. I don't know. Now then, is anybody I know streaming right now? The answer is no. Nobody I know is streaming right now. So I will simply say thank you guys for watching, and have something. I was thrown off by Beer Force's message of have a good one. Thank you guys for watching.